before I got into a deep dive of the CRO school ReadyStack, I thought it'd be a good idea to give a primer on how the CRO ReadyStack is going to be positioned in the marketplace and not only serve as a go-to-market mechanism for us, but also a go-to-market mechanism for partners, as well as a retention tool. So what I wanted to do in this primer is I just wanted to cover some of the foundations, which are centered around outcomes, a situation analysis of the current market, and also ReadyStack's 4D engagement framework. So more specifically, I'm going to call out what are the issues that does the market experience because of this linear model, and also how is it that the 4D engagement framework that I've developed under ReadyStack harnesses all of the chaos. So with that as an introduction, I'll just go down and start to talk about some of the outcomes. So as you know, I'm a 22-year-old founder. I started my first company, MakesBridge, in 2001. It's been self-funded. We've done thousands of deployments around the world, have had top clients like Vodafone, Microsoft, and Dell on the big side. Our largest deployment was a 300-seat deployment of a Salesforce user out of Australia. It was at Realty. You might have heard of them. And we've also had micro deployments. We've had Main Street businesses like a pottery retail outfit. So enough to say that we've had a very diverse user base, and we've accumulated a lot of knowledge over the last 22 plus years. So here on the screen, we're looking at our outcomes, and these are the outcomes that we've experienced, and these are the outcomes that we're going to bring to CRO school, vis-a-vis the ReadyStack, as well as the partners. And you're going to be learning about how we integrate partners into the fold and into a ReadyStack economy. So here are the outcomes we expect. The average user we've had, customer, is for 7+ years. And the longest customer we've had is over 22 years. This particular client started with us. They were making about $400,000 a year, and then they ballooned up to about 2.8 million. So again, we've seen a lot over our 22 years, and with our diverse user base, we have gained an acute knowledge or a sharp knowledge about what works and what doesn't. So as far as like the ReadyStack model I've shared with you before about the Pardot case, but what I didn't do is tell you what the outcomes were. So let's just dive into that real quick. Time. So it took us only 3 days to implement their ReadyStack or their flow, versus 6+ weeks it would have taken had they gone the Pardot route. And you're going to see the testimonial from the customer about that as well. $0 versus 20,000. And the reason why we know it's 20,000 is we did a secret shopper exercise on Upwork to find out, based on what the spec was, how much it would cost. The development savings, with all the integration on Salesforce, the things that had to occur there were a 90%. And we estimated a $55,000 plus annual savings on Salesforce fees. I would say one of the more remarkable things, besides the time and cost savings, is the results. Now, thanks to the agility of the system and being agnostic, we were able to get remarkable results for this client, Really Moving London. They got 1 meeting out of every 16 emails sent. They had a Gmail open rate of 40% consistently, and we had diverse channels of SMS, MMS, and email to help make all that go. And coincidentally, it started with email, and we had to be agile and shift around to optimize our outcomes, which is part of the core foundation here, and that is agility that you can't get. Now, for our partners who were within the ReadyStack, they had a $0 CAC. Because as we were bringing the client in to the ReadyStack, and we just started to bring in the different tools that were necessary to make all these results happen. So Rebrandly, I'm estimating, was probably, something like $15 a month. Parser, I believe, was about $200. ClickMail was $100, and then Zapier was about $350. Okay, so this was the money that our team brought in to these different providers as a result. Very similar to what an integrator would be traditionally for like a HubSpot or like Salesforce. So we're bringing people in. Is another data point here. And you're going to see this later too. Rob Darling, he's the CEO. He had posted some concerns about how he was looking on, LinkedIn, coming across as too salesy. And what I had done is I had seen that, and then I referred him to a ReadyStack that was based on a YouTube by the CEO of SendSpark, and she's a magnificent person and magnificent at business development on LinkedIn. Long story short, I shared the ReadyStack with him, and you see his are the outcome for him. It's, her talk, examples, and posts brought me the most important gift as a founder, clarity. Thanks so much for sharing this. So as we move forward with the CRO School ReadyStack and just ReadyStack as a medium, I've identified 5 pillars for sustained success, for ourselves and all of our partners and all the users out there. That is, we need to integrate seamlessly, incentivize growth. That's giving the echo chamber a better deal. Manage iPaaS limitations like Zapier, and more recently, all the AI agents out there, kind of getting those off to the side. We need to maximize savings and also have a culture of adapting and thriving, again, all within our ecosystem. So there's an introduction for the outcomes, and what I'll do in the next chapter is I'll start to break down, what's happening as I see it with the situation analysis in these linear models.